In this video lecture, we're going to look at relational operators in C programming language. Go ahead and look at another type of operators called relational operators. So like the arithmetic operators, we've looked at that, and I believe you've also practiced with that. Then let's go ahead and show you how to work with relational operators. So the very first one we have is double equal sign. So double equal sign is a condition that you use to check if an operand is equivalent to another. What I mean an operand, I mean the value you have in the left hand side is that equal to the value you have at the right hand side. So if the values are equal, that means that the condition is true. But if the conditions becomes false, it means that the values are not the same. So then the next one that you use to check if they are not equal is equal not equal. So this shows is used to determine when we are comparing to know if these and these are not equal. So if peradventure they become equal, that means the condition is false. But if they are not equal, it means that the condition is not true. So the very first one here is determining to show if the first one and the second one are equal, the left operand and the right operand. If they're equal, that means this condition is true. And if the left operand and right operand are not equal, this second operator here becomes true. So the next relational operators we're going to look at is the greater than. So the greater than is used to check if the operand at the left side and operand at the right side are, which of them are greater. So if the one at the right side is greater than the one on the left side, that means the condition is true. But if it is vice versa, that means the condition is false. So the next one again is less than. So this is used to check if the operand at the left hand side is less than the operand at the right hand side. So if that is true, that means the condition is met. So the next one we have is greater than or equal. So this is used to determine if the value at the right hand side is greater than or equal to the value at the left hand side. So these are operands. And this is applicable to less than or equal to. Okay, so I believe that using these things and implementing that, we have also understand these relational operators very well. So let me go ahead and comment this so it becomes a comment right now. Oh, that is this. So now, what you need to do is, let's go ahead and start using an if statement here. We still have these integer variables we declared in the previous lecture, x and y and z. So x is 10 and y is 20 and z still remain unknown. Now let's go ahead and say if x is equal to y. So if x is equal to y, you go ahead and print out something. I'm going to print out this x is equal to y. And put on the escape character to move to the next line and put a semicolon at the end. And what if x is not equal to y? So let's go ahead and use an else statement right here. And I'm going to say printf x is not equal to y. I'm putting a semicolon at the end. And that is all. Let's go ahead and run this code and check that out. X is 10 and y is 20. So x is not equal to y. Can you see that? X is not equal to y. Because x is 10 and y is 20. So let's go ahead and use this second relational operator to check if x and y are equal. So if x is not equal to y, it should go ahead and print out this. X is equal to y, and I'm going to put no. X equal to y, no. Alright. And x is not equal to y, and I'm go ahead and put yes. So we're expecting to get this, the very first one, and go ahead and run this code and check it out. Is x equal to y? X is equal to y? No. You see that? Alright. So this is just to help us to know what we're doing. So the next one is, we're going to use the one called greater, and let's check it out. I'm going to leave the text there. If x is greater than y, it will go ahead and print out this. But if it is not, it will go ahead and print out this. So I hope there's no need to changing and writing this text always. Let's go ahead and run this code and check that out. So run the code and let's see that. X is not equal to y. So let's see. It says if x is greater than y, it will go ahead and say x is not equal to y. I think let's go ahead and change the text so we know what we are doing, because I believe it's confusing us. And if x is greater than y, it says x is greater than y. Alright, so go ahead and remove this no right here so it doesn't confuse us. And remove this yes right here so it doesn't confuse us. So put this in the next line. And let's change these to remove this and put this is not greater than. I'll run the code again so we can know what we're doing. X is not greater than y. You see that? Alright, so let's go ahead and check the less than. And if x is less than y, you're going to say x is less than y. And the second one says x is not less than y. And change these to less than and run this code. So x is less than y. So we made a condition and we consider if x is less than y, go ahead and print x is less than y, and that is what is printed out for us right here. So I'll go ahead and close this. You can implement this, go on and finish up this. So you ask me, when do you use greater than or equal? So maybe what you want to write an if statement, you go ahead and use a for loop to print out something. It should go ahead and print this out. So let's go ahead and say, maybe you want to print out something. You can say for x greater than 0 and x and x less than 10, then x increment can go ahead and print f and print the value of x. So let's put a semicolon at the end. So let's go ahead and say this is x equal to 0. So let's start from 0 and x less than 10 and x increment. So, and print f. Let's go ahead and add something right here, and I'm going to say the value of x is, so the value of x is %d. Okay, and following escape character N, so it moves on to the next line and put a comma right here. So, what are we missing? Now we printed this, it's going to print from 0 to 10, okay? And go ahead and run this, and so this is 0 to 9 is less than 10, okay? So, we have this to be x less than 10, and what if you want to now say that this should be less than or equal, go ahead and put equal here. Less than or equal, would this be met? Let's go ahead and check that out. Can see that 10 is now included in the result. Okay? So, this is how you can use logical or rational operators. You can go ahead and put this to be less than or equal to, let's say less than or equal to 6. And as you move from 0 to 6, let's check it out. You can see that 0 to 6. And I'm just showing you a real application where you can be able to use all these. Alright? And someone might ask, why not put something like greater than 6? Great kid. Go ahead and say greater than 6, and let's check out and know what the result will be. You see that there's nothing because this is starting from 0 and not from 6. Okay? So it's not going to work out here. It's going to start from 0 towards 6. So go over here and still put that to be equal to less than or equal to 6. And if you run the code, and it's to give you a result. So we're still going to look more on for loop when we get to that. But this is just to show you a real application where you can be able to use this. Okay. So go ahead and pull it out and check it out and make sure you have something good. And if you have any question under this video lecture, please use the question and the answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.